some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah, hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Hey everybody, welcome to Stupid O'Clock. I'm Joe Dog. I've trying to get everybody pulled up here. Keep pushing the wrong buttons. Hey everybody.
Story of your life, Joe.
Do what?
Story of your life. You keep pushing the wrong buttons.
Yep. No, not the red one. I keep pushing the red one. And I don't like these headphones I've got in. I can't hear you guys on them.
Really?
Yeah. But I've got a quick sort of announcement for everybody. I don't know if you're following us on Facebook or whatever. Today we made a big announcement.
We did?
Yep. You
got a mouse in your pocket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, welcome, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
But we don't have one major guest coming. We've got two major guests, possibility of three if we can negotiate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell them if they all three show up, I will not make pickled eggs this year.
Joe Dog looked so disappointed there for a minute.
I was. That's just not right.
Don't worry, Joe. I'll give them to you after.
All right. I'm trying to. I don't.
Joe?
Yeah. I'm trying to add some pictures in real quick.
Oh, which would explain why there were saxophones in the library.
Yep. And it popped up. All right. Our first big guest is an actor named Stephen Manley. He was the Panfar Spock from Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock.
He was the one that made it with Robin.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is our major guest. Another minor guest we got is Sean Ridgway, who is a magician who was on America's Got Talent and Penn and Teller's Fool Us.
Ooh.
If you look up Sean Ridgway on YouTube, he did I think it was last year, 365 days of magic. He did made a magic video, and posted 365 videos of a magic trick a day.
365 different magic tricks?
Yeah, 365 different magic tricks.
Do you remember Chattanooga Magic and Fun?
Yeah, Garfunkels. Jeff Colbert.
What was his darn it, the fellow that ran it?
Jeff Colbert. Had
What's
the
that?
hearse.
Hmm?
Had the hearse.
I don't know if we're thinking about the same person.
Was up there on Hickson Pike next to AutoZone.
No.
Okay. No.
That was Chattanooga Hobby Center. He was the guy that did all the trains. Chattanooga Magic and Fun was over on 58 Highway.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sorry, but I can't. I'm so terrible with names. It's my one pet peeve about myself. He was the guy that sold all the magic trick stuff. So
Oh, okay.
if you were a magician in the Chattanooga area, you went to his shop. And I can't. I keep wanting to say Vic, but I know that ain't right. Darn it. Maybe if I drink some more, I'll remember. He may be one of those convention friends. I have two sets of convention friends. The ones I remember when I'm sober and the ones I remember after I've been drinking for a bit.
Apparently, I fit into one of those gray areas where those circles overlap.
Yes, you are definitely in the middle of the
The Venn diagram.
Thank you, Venn diagram. That's another name I couldn't remember. That didn't help much.
Trying to remember names. That's what happens when you get older.
I haven't been able to remember names worth a darn my entire life. I think the Army ruined me on that because everybody had their name on a piece of tape over their right tit. So,
while I'm here, I might as well. I'm gonna have to clear out some more to make room for all these great people.
didn't the library used to loan musical equipment at one time?
I don't know. There's the Dawn. Hey, Dawn. You missed the announcements.
What the heck? I cannot hear.
No. Can you not hear it?
Can you hear me?
Huh?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you now. That was
good.
Did you what?
Did you hurt yourself doing that?
You missed the announcements.
No, his face always looks like that. He's not hurt. So.
I'm working on.
I look like death warmed over. I had a small procedure today, so I might be out early.
You had a small procedure.
Yeah.
Did they put you completely under?
No.
Okay, then it was a small procedure.
Yes.
Were you able to drive home by yourself?
Yes.
Okay, that was small.
Very small procedure. Okay.
I'm just in the process of grabbing pictures right quick.
Well, let's just say that I don't have bladder cancer. That was shown that I do not today.
Thank God.
Well, that's good news.
So, yes.
Donna is sitting out the night too. Okay.
Well, say hi to Donna for us.
They've had some rough weather up there. I imagine arthritis and things are kicking everybody's butt.
My biggest thing is CRS is kicking in.
Can't remember Shinola.
Yeah. Now I'm looking for.
Well, there was a confirmed tornado about 2.5 miles east of my parents' house.
Yeah.
the other night.
That's not good.
No.
Any problems or just
The farm it hit took out I believe what I understood is it took out an outbuilding and then took some trees off and went across the road and destroyed a little bit more of farmland. So
I went to Ingles grocery store today and I got there right before it started raining. So while I'm shopping, it's raining. And of course, the roof, getting all that rain, it's a flat roof. You just hear, boy, the whole store is vibrating from the rain. Finally, the rain quit before I finished shopping, which was nice. Went outside while I'm standing in line to get the big window up in front, across the front of the store. And everybody's talking about, ooh, look at the rainbow, because there's a nice, pretty rainbow. Ooh, there's a double rainbow. And so everybody ran outside taking pictures of it and stuff like that. And by the time I got done with my groceries and got out to the truck, there was a triple rainbow.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I've ever seen one of those before.
I'm quite sure I haven't.
You had the one big rainbow, then you had the one little thin rainbow that went way up high in the sky. And then if you looked really close at the big thick rainbow, there was another little tiny thin rainbow right inside of it.
oh wow.
Yeah, it's
Really
kinda
very gorgeous.
Everybody kept coming out and going, ooh, a double rainbow. And I said, no, look close. That's a triple rainbow. So it's kind of like a crowd at a UFO sighting. Everybody's like, ooh, it's,
Oh.
Oh,
ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ting, tang,
Ding,
wah,
dang,
bing,
bing,
bang.
bang.
oh, have you seen that video where this guy is doing, the man on the street interviews showing how dumb people are? And he walks up
That's
to
CBS News, isn't it?
Yeah. He walks up to him and he goes, if I say ooh ee ah walla walla bing bang, ooh ee, what does that mean to you? And he pans over and it's this big, huge black guy. And he goes, I think you're trying to be racist.
I have seen that.
Completely over.
Zoom.
Yep. Well, Dawn, we I think you saw that we listed some guest announcements on the staff page and everywhere else today,
Mhm.
correct?
Well, do it again. Heck, it's your show. You can do it as many
Yeah.
times as you want to. Yeah.
Well,
Sean.
first thing is we have a actor named Stephen Manley.
Okay.
Stephen Manley played the young Spock from Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. He was also in Little House on the Prairie, All in the Family, Love Boat, a whole gaggle of shows.
Ooh.
The next up is our magician, Sean Ridgway, who was on America's Got Talent and Penn and Teller Fool Us. Sean also did 365 Days of Magic on YouTube, where he posted and performed 365 different magic tricks and posted them every day for a year. And then we have our author guest of honor, Mark Niekamp Jr.
I've had him in my truck.
Yeah.
And
Not the green room. Not the green room.
And then, of course, we've got Kevin Stevenson's coming back this year.
Yes, I am
Oh,
actually currently reading one of Kevin's books.
And Dan, does that guy look familiar?
a little bit, yeah, but
William Allen Webb.
Bill Webb.
Bill Webb.
okay,
You're
okay,
supposed to
I'm
read
going to
the
go out on a
pieces
limb
last
here
week
and
where you
say
had
that
some
photo was artificially intelligence enhanced.
No. He was supposed to be with us last year, but he had some family
Issues.
emergencies right at the So
Yeah.
I'm excited that he's coming back this year. Did you see that? I
And-
might squeam. And
And then our favorite author, Stephanie Osborne,
Stephanie.
back with us.
oh, look who's in the chat too. I think it's somebody else who's going to be hanging out with us too.
Oh, yeah. MC Vaughn. Yeah, he will be an attending author.
Hello, Mac. And hi, Carrie.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do to do it.
Hold on just a minute. We have had a issue with a food order. Hold on.
Oh
Ah.
God, you left me here with you two.
It's all right. Your virtue is safe.
Thank you.
John is a gentleman.
And you.
He's the one you need. He's the old guy you need to worry about.
Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I just pulled up the convention page so I could get the phone number to call and make the reservation. I'll have to do that tomorrow.
Yes, call and get those reservations in if you know when you're gonna be there.
Oh,
Or how-
I'm going to be there. I just don't know. I don't know if we'll be able to find a cat sitter. So I might show up and Lindsay
With
won't
cat.
be there.
with all the cats.
No, just me. Now, hopefully, we can find somebody that's willing to come out and feed the cats twice a day.
I hope so because of course I want to see Lindsay.
Well,
Don't
yeah,
take this the
everybody.
wrong way, Dan. I see you every week.
I started to say everybody wants to see her more than they want to see me, and I don't mind at all.
But we get to see you every week.
And she keeps trying to talk me into wearing the kilt.
I love
Who?
my wife.
Lindsay.
Well, do you blame her?
I love my wife. I love my wife. I love my wife. Hey guys, I'm back.
Everything come out okay?
Oh, his food got delivered.
Yeah. Papa John's tried to be nice and delivered our 2 papadillas in a pizza box. You know, make it easy to handle and all that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Donna comes in and says, "Am I the only one that got a pizza?"
Crisis averted after opening the pizza box.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's all she had to do was just open the pizza box. Oh. Oh.
Well, I hope you can make it, Carrie.
Yeah, really.
I'd like to meet you as well. I mean, as of right now, I'm planning on being there. Uncon is still kind of on the I don't know yet.
Well, at least you're not dying, so that's improves the chances.
Well, I don't have bladder cancer. We're still waiting on all the heart tests to come back. But at least I got my real ID so I can actually get on the plane.
You still having to wear the monitor?
No, that's gone. That's the one test I'm waiting on the results back for. Got the results for the echo and for the stress test.
So you actually had the echocardiogram.
Uh-huh.
Where's this leak when we need her?
So there is a heart in there.
Probably
Poor Heather.
studying.
We need a nurse in here.
Oh! Joe Dog doesn't think I have a heart. Okay,
Well,
Scarecrow.
evidently the doctor didn't either. He had to check.
Yeah.
Oh, they knew it was there. They just didn't know how broken it is.
Mm.
Okay, Scarecrow. You're calling me the Tin Man. You get to be the Scarecrow.
No. Joe's doctor refuses to schedule an EKG. Said it'd be a waste of time.
Actually, I thought it was the EEG they didn't want to use because, go to all that trouble to put all the little brain tabs around his head and not find anything.
We love you, Joe.
Glad somebody does.
Hey, if I'm going to waste money on an MRI, we want to run King Tut through that thing again, okay?
You know they found viable DNA on Tut?
Oh,
what?
viable. Yeah, I
Oh,
thought you
viable.
said Bible, and I'm
Like
going.
Bible.
Yeah, they
like
found
Christian
Bible DNA.
Yeah, viable DNA.
It was
Oh,
a
you
King
said
James
Bible. We
version.
heard it.
Okay. Um,
King James.
Meaning they
they can clone King Tut, and we can have a couple 100,000 King Tuts running around.
yeah.
Steve Martin will sue.
To be fair, he did not have the name first, so that's. Did anybody ever go to the King Tut exhibit back in the 70s? Or was it 70s or 80s? I can't remember which.
No,
Like 70s, early 80s.
I was too
John,
busy working.
if it was in the 70s, no. Okay, if it was the last 9 months of the 70s, maybe, but I wouldn't have remembered it.
So that was a big deal back when Steve Martin wrote a song.
Well, the
And
I know the song.
Biltmore House has it now.
as what?
The King Tut.
Really?
Carl went.
I didn't. What it did? What I'm thinking it went to Atlanta. I might be wrong about that. And it may have gone to Nashville. I can't remember if it was Knoxville or Nashville. But we never traveled. We never traveled to see it. I saw bits and pieces of it in Berlin, but I didn't get to see the whole King Tut exhibit.
Let's see. Biltmore House has it now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really? You mean after the hurricane?
Yep.
Not that Biltmore House took a lot of damage from the hurricane, but yeah,
Commodore Vanderbilt was smart enough to build a house on the hill.
they should have built more.
Kiri is in the chat, so that does make sense.
Oh yeah, what was it? Will there be karaoke at Halicon again this year, Joe? I'll let you feel
On it. I'm working on it. If not, I'll plug in YouTube. We'll find a song.
Because I believe the proper term for it at Halicon is actually scarioke.
Yeah.
And if to those of us who were sitting out on the pool deck, smoking cigars and drinking alcohol, it was definitely scarioke.
Wait a minute. What about those that were sitting on the pool deck that were not drinking and not smoking cigars?
Well, some people called it scarioke. I call it croaky-yoke.
I called it what the hell? No, I'm kidding. I missed it the first year because I was outside hanging out with. We were doing the stupid o'clock and last minute.
Yes, we were. That was probably the best stupid o'clock show ever.
We had like 12 of us on one camera, and then Dan over by himself.
Yeah, Dan, why weren't you sitting at the table with it?
because I couldn't hear myself think for everybody talking at once.
Damn it!
That was fun. I got accused of drinking that night, and I can't drink. I'm like, no, I was just having that much fun.
She was just that goofy. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I may bring a bottle of Statesman for me.
Steak sauce. What?
Statesman.
Oh.
What are you pointing at me for?
Because somebody's got to keep your head on straight, because apparently you don't know how to do it.
Okay, first of all, you can't fix the alignment if the alignment was never there to begin with, okay?
But you're also talking, John, to somebody who has their head literally screwed on.
And we're grateful for that at times.
I love saying that because people will look at what? No, my head is literally
Don't
screwed
put
on.
that up, John. Do not.
I'm not.
Put that up. Too easy.
He's your boy when he does that.
What?
We're
I don't know
talking
what you're
about.
talking about. I'm a perfectly innocent, perfect little child. Good girl.
And I wasn't that drunk.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I get drunk, the sheep get that drunk, the sheep get nervous.
Oh, dear Lord. I want to know who had sheep at Halicon, though.
I didn't see anybody wearing a little Bo Peep costume.
I mean, we had Panda Sue there. It was
All
a
of
panda, but not a sheep.
This was before Dan and everybody started showing up. There was an inflatable sheep.
Kiri, you trying to get us demonetized before we can ever get monetized?
Ooh, that's
Come to
interesting.
the green room if you want to perpetrate little things like that.
I keep getting these recipes popping up on my Facebook feed, and this one just caught my attention. Banana pudding cheesecake.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Sign me up.
Apparently, if you get it at one of the Cheesecake Factory things in, I forget if it was San Diego or Los Angeles, it's not that good. But if you find somebody that knows how to make banana pudding and cheesecake, it'll probably be all right.
I ain't never got anything from Cheesecake Factory worth a damn.
Really?
Never been there.
Well, they sell Cheesecake Factory cheesecakes at. Well, no, I tell you, that's Atlanta Cheesecake Factory. They sell them at food.
Did
They sell
I
them at
know
Food Line. Yeah.
They sold them at Hy-Vee in this area. I never bought one because I'm like, if I want a Cheesecake Factory cheesecake, I'll wait till I go to freaking Cheesecake Factory.
I went to the Cheesecake Factory, and it had zucchini in it. The meatloaf. Excuse me.
I mean, people put carrots in chili. Why not?
People put carrots in meatloaf. Alton Brown's spicy meatloaf recipe has carrot shavings in it.
Zucchini?
Zucchini is a good vegetable. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
And then they topped it with zucchini, with grilled zucchini and onions.
I like grilled zucchini and grilled onions.
On top of meatloaf?
Why not? You put tomato ketchup on it. I mean,
No, it didn't have any tomato ketchup anywhere near it.
Okay, then we need to burn that restaurant down.
Yeah.
No, if there's no tomato
If you
on
forget
it,
to
maybe I
put
can
the
eat it,
tomato
though.
ketchup on the meatloaf, yes, you're going to hell.
But wait. Maybe if there's no tomato in it, I can have it because I can't have tomatoes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why you let people add their own ketchup.
Well, barbecue sauce would be good.
Barbecue sauce has got tomatoes, unless you get a molasses-based one.
No, not all barbecue sauce has tomato sauce.
I don't. Did you hear me? I corrected myself.
Oh,
I said
this
it depends on if it's a tomato base or if it is a whatever I just
molasses.
said. Molasses base. Yeah, that's what I said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about a sorghum based?
Same thing.
That's almost molasses. I mean,
Yeah,
sorry.
it is. Yeah.
If you process it enough, it will be molasses.
Potato, tomato. You just can't put them in Dawn's spaghetti sauce. Okay. Anyway,
Nope. Alfredo sauce for Dawn spaghetti. I'm unsure about mushrooms and onions too.
I can do mushrooms. I don't care for onions. I can do onions. I like onion flavor a little bit, but I'm not big into eating onions, which my dad has fought that tooth and nail for me for almost 50 years.
what about garlic? Can you handle?
Oh, garlic, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that can't handle all that sulfur stuff.
Oh, I can handle it.
I was amazed that there are people, that sometimes you get sulfured molasses that can actually make people, viciously ill. I'm like,
it's kind of weird talking about the tomatoes and stuff like that. And that's one reason I had to have the scope done today, is because the disease that I have can mock
Now the
tumors, so I had to
tomatoes,
actually go in and look.
is it the acid in the tomatoes, or is it just something in general?
The acid. That's why I can't do any pineapple. I can't do citrus. I can't do tomatoes.
Okay. What about lemon?
I can't do citrus.
What about vinegar?
A little bit. I can tolerate some.
Okay. She was another. Let's see, you got limes, you got oranges, you got grapefruit. Let's see, aspirin.
Aspirin?
Aspirin is an acid. Yes.
I actually can't take that because of another med I'm on. You all wonder why I feel like I'm tired all the time, or I'm losing my mind, because you know how hard it is to keep that shit straight.
She's got an Excel spreadsheet of all the stuff she can't eat.
Mm-hmm.
It's a flow chart. Can you eat tomatoes? Yes, no. It's,
Oh Lord, I don't know what I would do if I couldn't eat tomatoes.
It has not been fun, but I'm surviving. I was actually talking to one of the nurses today, and she goes, I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, yeah, well, I would rather be doing that than coming in here and seeing you guys every couple of weeks to have treatments.
I seem to remember something about replacing tomatoes in recipes with apple. Replace it with applesauce. Yeah.
You got to watch applesauce, because a lot of applesauces have citric acid in it, and that's one of the other things that I have to watch.
Right.
That's what I mean. It's like, and the weird stuff that hides in.
Yeah, it's like an apple, or if you make an apple pie, there's a lot of lemon in it.
Now, Dan, you said you eat tomatoes. Do you eat them, the slice, or do you grab the tomato and take a bite like an apple?
I have done both.
I was going to say, if I could, I would do both.
I grew up on a farm. I picked one fresh off the plant, run it under the water hose for a second, and then eat the whole thing. Except
What
for
do you
the
mean put it under the water hose? You just wipe it on your sleeve and eat it.
I was raised right. I know what they sprayed the tomato plants with.
Cut it open, put a little salt on it, keep going.
Yeah.
As my grandmother used to say, you need a little dirt in your diet. And as Max said, 2 words: white pizza. Yes, I do a Alfredo-based pizza when we go to places, which when I first got diagnosed with interstitial cystitis, no pizza places had a Alfredo sauce, and now most do. So thank God for that.
Try to think if you could make a red gravy.
Not the green room.
You're going to have to explain that logic, John.
Well, I'm done.
Well, you make gravy, but you add something to it to make it red, so it looks like tomato paste, and then you can make like pizzas and stuff like that. Tomatoes.
Don't say beets. I do not like beets.
Oh. Red food coloring.
Aren't they getting... Bye, Joe. Didn't they just put a thing out that they're getting rid of a bunch of... Is it Red 40 that they can't use anymore?
It's a distraction. They're trying to distract you away from the fact that they're trying to sell all your information to China. Anyway, but they've got they've got all these different food colorings out there. They've had them for, I can remember, was red dye number 5. That was one they
The M&M.
M&Ms were going to kill you because they were using red dye number 5 or something like that. And then they went with the yellow dye. I can't remember which one it was.
Well, I don't know what red dye you're using, but it seems like you're getting pinker and pinker tonight.
It's, one of these days I'm going to change them light bulbs.
I know that you have your grow lights in there, or what I think that's what it is. But if you're getting, it seems like as the tank goes on, you're getting.
Well, the
brighter.
A part Cherokee, I've been drinking beer all afternoon, so yeah, I've got the camera. My camera's fuzzy. I couldn't figure out why. Maybe it's just my eyeballs.
Maybe it's because you've been drinking beer all afternoon.
Well, I went out and dumped about, let me see, what's 12 times 40?
480?
Something, yeah, 480. I'd quarter ton of topsoil today. Yeah, I did some good work in the yard today. We got flower gardens going. Been trying to dig up all that damn chicory that got planted in the backyard. Stuff's bad.
That's worse than regretting having a strawberry bed in the backyard. That stuff's hard to get rid of.
Chicory's as bad as pokeweed. Maybe.
But then there's the ultimate kudzu.
Oh, that's no problem.
Well, goats
take off and nuke the site from orbit. That's the only way to be sure.
Why are you wrapping your house in aluminum foil? I'm going to use a flamethrower to get rid of the damn weeds.
No, the girl that cuts my hair actually does. It's called Goats on the Go, and they basically rent out their goats to places that have like a lot of underbrush or stuff like that. They can't really get into clean, so they send all the goats in there for a little bit, and they eat all the green stuff, and then they can come back. Then they take them back home, and then people can. It's easier to clean out the area, or like if it's in like there was one that was next to a dam that was really steep into the river. They couldn't get to it, so they had the goats clean it.
They have one of those. They have a company that does that up on Missionary Ridge, which the famous Civil War battlefield stuff like that. But Missionary Ridge is covered in kudzu basically. So that you'd be driving down the interstate, look up, see a bunch of goats running along the hill.
Yeah, there was a hotel we used to stay at in Tennessee, and they had alpacas to do that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the fence was right there at the back side of their parking lot, and it just led right on down to the slope. And the alpacas would go all the way to the fence down by the highway and all the way back up. And seeing as how it's East Tennessee, there's not much flat land around. It's all uphill or downhill. I went out to look at some of his antique cars and walked over to the fence, and there's one sitting next to the hotel sign. And he just laid out there, or she.
John, I used to work with the Goat Patrol with the city.
I didn't know you ate kudzu.
Well, the setting up the fences and all that. Damn coyotes are so bad on Missionary Ridge, they had to bring donkeys in.
That'll do it.
I didn't know there were coyotes on Missionary Ridge. Suppose there's no reason.
They're just about everywhere. I mean, I've seen 2 on the University of Georgia campus. Downtown Athens.
I hit one night out by Hamilton Place Mall. I was coming up East Brainerd Road, and it ran out right. It's just like it owned the road. Ran out right in front of my truck. Spun that slicker like a top. He jumped up, limped away.
I've been menaced by a few, and I went to the edge of the woods behind my house, and there they were. They didn't know I was there until the wind shifted, and they got my scent.
Growing up, actually, when I was really little, my grandpa had sheep. He died in 84, so obviously I was really little. But they didn't own a lawnmower. They just had all their different fencing that they would move the sheep to take care of it. But if you walk through the grass, you had to look up for the little sheep turds.
That's pretty much what our neighbors across the street do. They've got a very, very large field in between their house and the road, and they just put the temporary fencing out and move it around and let the sheep and the cows and the horses do all the mowing.
Well, Carl wants some goats there because it won't stop raining, and his ark is filling up for the ark. And what book you finished writing or reading, Carl?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading comments.
That's okay. You do that by habit.
I am currently rereading a Stephanie Osborne book. He is reading a book, Carl is.
Oh, God. Out of all the people I know, I have no clue, Carl. I'm going to say Mac's book since he's in the chat tonight.
I'm going to say it's one of Dan's books.
He might have bought an ebook copy. Yep, that's what it was.
Am I good?
Carl, I do hope you liked it, and I do hope you got all the little clues scattered around through there. Some of them were a little bit subtle.
Well, my plan is to finish Kevin's book, and then I want to read Mac's books, but they're in a box behind me somewhere, which I haven't had to dig out yet. And then this one. But that changes.
Oh, thank you, Carl. He's gonna post a review. That will help. The more reviews, the better.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna have to step down the hall. I will be right back.
Okay. After these, we'll be right back.
I'm just trying to catch up on some stuff. Sorry about this, everybody.
You just like to ignore people we know.
Huh?
Let's see here. Oh my. The bison herd has returned to Yellowstone National Park, and apparently they have taken over the tourist area of the national park.
Yeah, they do that.
So expect to see a lot of videos of people getting tossed in the air and trampled.
I want to pet the fluffy cow.
May have to wait till Sunday or Monday.
Darwin Award winner.
What?
The fluffy cow. Whoever wants to go.
I love that picture. I think I just recently posted Stupid O'Clock too, where it shows the buffalo with the pair of torn, bloody jeans stuck in one of its horns.
Now you can train them, but you got to start when they're a calf, not when they're 4 years old.
Joe will attest to this because he's here too. We did some stupid shit when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe, you okay?
No, I'm just noticing how we're sort of.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, she sat up. Okay.
But
well, no,
he's back. Hush.
Of course, to be fair, me and Joe grew up at an age when we rode in the back of pickup trucks, and the station wagons had the little pop-up seats in the tailgate.
I'm not that much younger than you guys.
Hey, I remember going to my friend's family farm down in Ringgold. So we were going to camp that weekend down there. And we rode to Ringgold down 75 in the back of a pickup truck. And it started raining. And we had the canoe propped up, in the back. And we got under the canoe and thought, to get out of the rain. No, that was wrong. We just got to the side and we were drier. That canoe turned into a scoop from all the rain and just.
Dad had an insert that he actually put in the back of his pickup truck, and it was like a couch that you could make into a bed and put storage underneath, and had the topper on it and everything. But that was fun going like that, traveling that way.
There's been many a time when a brother and sister and I were in the back of the pickup truck for about 4 or 5 hours on an interstate trip between here and like a family reunion up in East Tennessee or back.
Well, I mean, same country roads. We were,
no, not country roads. Dad wanted to get there, so we stayed on a major highway.
I'm saying in general.
Okay. We grew up with these.
Oh, yeah.
Is that an El Camino? I can't read it.
No, that is a Subaru Brat.
Oh, Subaru Brat. Okay.
And to keep from getting taxed like it was a pickup truck, which it was, they added the 2 seats in the rear and turned it into a sedan. So it didn't get taxed like a pickup truck.
Well, that was just the import tax, wasn't it?
Yes.
So once you actually had the thing in the country, you could unbolt those and just treat it as a little bitty pickup truck.
Let's see if I can find a. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to, because it had the really. Oh, yeah, this will show it. Here we go. The seats didn't have seat belts. They did later. You could add seat belts. But to keep you from falling out the back of the truck when you hit a bump, it had joysticks you hung on to for dear life.
And then when they said they had to put, seat belts in them, they put in full body harnesses.
Yeah, they put in a 5-point seatbelt system. Let's see if I can find one of those. Let's see. No, they don't have one.
And then I think there's the oh shit handles.
I can't. It's a terrible picture.
I think that's the joystick he was referring to.
Yeah, the oh shit handles. Yeah. Nope. They took the headrest off. Who the hell does that?
No, the headrests are there. They're just up high.
Yeah.
Oh, that one I was looking at apparently didn't have headrest. Yeah, that one doesn't have headrest, which would make busting that rear window a lot easier. Wait, let's see. Does he have? No. Yeah, I was trying to find one that had the 5-point harness, but
it looks kind of like that one does. It's got something in front of the headrest.
That's the headrest. Wait a minute. There we go. That's the headrest you're supposed to have. Apparently, somebody took them off in that one truck I was looking at.
All I'm seeing is the same truck.
Yeah.
Oh, a date changed for you? I'm sorry.
No, it's just the white truck yet.
Oh, odd. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm poking the wrong button.
We need to work on that, John.
Oh, it had a roll bar too.
Most of them, the ones I remember had roll bars with lights.
Yeah.
Oh, John, they say 80% of all the Subarus made in the last 20 years are still on the road.
Uh-huh.
The other 20% made it home.
I would really like to find just one picture with the 5-point harness. Come on. Wait, go back. Nope.
There was one earlier, looked like it had a window unit air conditioner shoved into the back.
And that was a air compressor, actually. Somebody was using it as a work truck. Oh, well. Yeah. Anyway, they had a seat with 5-point harness.
Yeah, last one you had T-tops.
Which, my opinion, I never got to ride in one. One of my neighbors had one, and we used to, every time we walked past his truck, it was like, oh, cool. And yeah, I had to walk past that thing every morning going to school.
The folks that let us use their barn to keep Dad's first tractor in, that first farm that we bought, I'd have to go in there and drive the tractor down the road to the farm and bring it back when we were done and put it back in somebody else's barn. They had an Opel GT in there, and I just looked at it and I go, I didn't know they made pre-shrunk Corvettes. Because that's exactly what it looked like.
Yep. Made by Buick. Or sold through Buick.
Yeah.
You know what I want, Dan? I want a ute.
Okay. I'm trying to remember.
There is an awesome joke from my cousin Vinny.
That's what I was just going to ask.
I'm not going to pull right now.
I was just going to ask Joe Dog if he had been watching that movie.
I thought he was talking about
what? The two utes. What's a ute?
Utes, you know?
Oh,
it's called a UTE.
It's the 4-wheel drive, but I can't remember whether it looks like a teeny tiny Humvee or if it's a truck.
No, it's the Australian Monte Carlo.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Adam.
Adam knew exactly what I was talking about. And there for a while, GM almost made them. They're built by GM down there.
I've got one, sort of.
And GM almost brought them to the United States.
Do you know what the best truck in the world is? The best pickup truck in the world?
Volkswagen.
One that's already paid for.
There we go. That doesn't have a lot of rust on it.
Toyota Hilux.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't get those.
You can't get them in the United States because when the United
States... The chicken tax.
Toyota Hilux is diesel. The United States says, well, we can't let it because it doesn't meet emission standards. And Toyota says, okay. Yeah, well, so you're going to fix the emission standard? No, we're just not going to sell them to you. And so the rest of the world gets the Toyota Hilux. We get the Toyota Tacoma, which is basically the same truck, just with a gasoline engine.
And absolutely no power in the engine whatsoever.
Mine does fine. It's only a 2.4 liter, but it's twin turbocharged. So
okay, well, no, there's a fellow that's really disappointed that he can't get a Hilux, but he drives he drives the other one and he hates it because it's got no acceleration.
Really? Mine runs like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, I know. I've been in it.
I would have liked to have gotten the V6 for it. But
you wouldn't want to feed it.
To be honest, I don't think it had been that much because my Ford Explorer had a V6 and it got about the same gas mileage as this Toyota truck I've got. Anytime you get a 4-wheel drive, you're going to get lousy gas mileage. It's just all there is to it. It's all that extra weight from the 4-wheel drive gizmos.
And the drag that it produces.
No. It's just if you get a 2-wheel drive only version, you don't have all the gizmos for making it 4-wheel drive, so it doesn't weigh as much, and that's where your gas mileage really starts sucking.
Yeah.
Exactly, Adam.
Well, that's because they're Utes have better backs than we do, so they can do more towing. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah. We went and bought. I told you I threw a bunch of topsoil down in the backyard. I finally put that truck into 4-wheel drive. Put it in the 4-wheel low, just to drive into the backyard with. So I didn't want to get it caught on that weird hill in the backyard. And so I drove in, dumped off the turned around, dumped off the potting soil we had, or topsoil, excuse me, and then drove back out, and then put it back into 2-wheel high instead of 4-wheel drive. So I finally did that, and it does have one odd thing. You can't put it into 4-wheel drive or take it back out of 4-wheel drive while the parking brake is on.
Oh, that's weird.
It is.
Well, it's counterintuitive. It may not be strange, but it's...
Well, you got to put it neutral to change from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive and so on.
Yeah.
And I did that. It's sitting there blinking. I was like, this is taking a long time. I wonder, So finally, I figured it. I said, I reached over and flipped the parking brake off, and it went straight to 4-wheel drive like I wanted it to, and or 2-wheel drive like I wanted it to. I'm like, yeah. It's the other thing. I finally honked the horn too, so I finally got that. It's the two things on the truck I hadn't done yet was put it in 4-wheel drive or honk the horn. I figured out how the 4-wheel drive works, and it has an automatic parking brake. I didn't know this. I found it by accident. There's some weird button combination you got to do to.
Mine's
left, right, up, down. Left, right, up, down, hold, pause, or whatever. And but I finally got to do that, and I haven't used it, but that's there. And the other thing that's kind of weird that I haven't done yet, I have not done. There's a button in there, and I need to read up on it, figure out how to do it, because one of these days I'm going to need it. You know how with a manual transmission, if your battery dies, you can push start it?
Not that truck.
Well, the thing is, it has an electric parking brake. So if the battery dies, guess what?
You can't take the parking brake off.
You can't take your parking brake off. So you can't push start it. But it's got a button for that. I don't know how it works, but there's a button for push starting it. And I'm like, now wait a minute. If you need to push start it, it's because the battery's dead. If you push a button, it ain't gonna work because the battery's dead. So why do I have a button for that?
I don't know. When I discovered the parking brake on my pickup truck, it's a toggle switch. Flip it up, parking brake comes on. Flip it down, parking brake goes off. That's it. I've never used it.
It's just a little. You push it in to put the brake off. You pull it out to put the brake on. It's no big deal.
Ted's Renegade has a weird thing with the brake.
Now there has been a recall on my truck. And it's one of those recalls I doubt it would ever affect me ever. But apparently, some redneck's been driving around in the mud up on the back of a mountain somewhere, and they figured out that if you get enough mud packed down around the rear wheel hubs, it messes with the brake lines and causes the rear brakes to leak. So they've got some fix that I'm going to have. They sent me a recall letter. I'm going to have to go get that fixed. But I also need to go get the oil change because it's past 3,000 miles now. So I finally got past 3,000 miles.
Now, what were you saying, Dawn?
Ted's got his Renegade. If you open the door and like put it into gear. So like say you're like, oh, you just need to back up a couple feet. We've all done the thing where you just open the door and have your one foot hanging out and you're looking. The parking brake automatically engages and you can't go anywhere. Yeah. And I don't know what years it all affects or whatever, but actually know a woman, her mom completely burned out her transmission because that's what she did and she couldn't figure out. She didn't realize the parking brake was on because she didn't put it on, but that's what she did and she kept, so she killed her transmission doing that.
The one thing that my truck does that's annoying, and I found it the other day, or I
Do you have
found
to shift it every time you go to a different gear?
No.
No, that's not annoying.
I'm moving the truck because I'm backing up to move the load in the back. I'm going to dump off the potting soil right on top of where we want the potting soil, right? Or topsoil. So I'm backing up. I don't have my seatbelt on because I'm not doing 2 miles an hour. I'm sitting here and all of a sudden it starts ding, 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 ding. And after about 10 seconds of that, you hear this ding, 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 ding. It's like, put your goddamn seatbelt on or we're going to kill you.
Well, Dan, I don't know if your Ford truck's got it, but Ford has this thing now to where when you pull up, like the Escapes have it and all that, you pull up to a stoplight and you stop, the engine turns off.
Yep, mine does that.
And then when you step on the gas, the engine starts up and you drive on.
Yep, mine does that.
Most hybrids have that.
Mine's not a hybrid, but I do know other people that have had that. There's a little button that I can push that'll turn that feature off, though, so it doesn't stop.
Oh, that's the one thing on my truck. I can't figure out how to turn it off. I've looked, and it's the thing that keeps you in between the lines on the road.
Oh, the lane departure?
Yeah. So if you start drifting across the line, it like pushes you back into your lane, or it warns you. I'm not sure exactly what it's doing, but I'll be driving along, going around a curve, and of course you cut close to the line when you're going around a curve. It's like,
mm-hmm.
Which at 80 miles an hour on a freeway is not exactly a
fun
honestly,
time.
That's one of the features that I do like in my car because with my hands, like if I'm going, like say I'm going to Indiana for, IndyCD.com, always promote, right? That if I'm going, sometimes my hands will not want to cooperate all the time. So it kind of gets them. It's a feature that I actually like.
It's also got the, if you come up behind somebody too fast, it'll throw the brakes on, which is annoying because the truck panics before I do. So, it's like, what the fuck? Apparently, the other thing my truck, the Toyota has that's really odd, it sees street signs. It will look at the side of the road or whatever, and it'll tell you if you're coming up to a stop sign. It'll tell you what the speed limit was from the last sign you passed. If you pass the sign that says 45 miles an hour speed limit, it'll tell you 45. It'll also tell you if you're going faster than that. So,
my phone, was it my phone that used to do that, or
my GPS does that, but it has no control over my brakes.
No, this doesn't slow me down. And the thing is, I live in North Georgia. Okay, everybody speeds because you kind of have to if you want to get over the damn hill. And it's apparently Toyota hasn't figured that one out yet.
Well, my truck seems to have this wonderful gas saving feature.
It doesn't run. No.
It runs just fine. Anytime I'm not looking at the speedometer and just trying to follow the road, it drifts on back down to about 50 miles an hour from 55 to 60 or whatever that I had it at.
On mine, it's kind of weird.
good night, Carl. See you tomorrow.
Good night, Carl.
Hi, Carl. You have to disengage the cruise controls before you can start using the cruise controls.
Oh, I don't have that problem. Mine doesn't have cruise control. Doesn't have power windows either.
Mine has power windows and cruise control. And,
have you guys seen the video? Guy just bought his new Tesla with the full self-driving feature. And he goes, Tesla, take me to someplace I've never been. Backs out of his driveway, pulls out, goes down the road, gets up, goes on the freeway, goes down the freeway, gets off at the freeway.
Kiri's still with us, so good thing Joe's telling the story now.
Yep, pay attention, Carrie.
Thing turns into a parking lot. Only business in the parking lot was a Planet Fitness.
So the seats in the Tesla can tell how much you weigh. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. Okay.
Ba-dum-bum.
But no, that's an actual video that's out on the webs, and I'm like, Tesla's funny.
Now, see, you know the main reason police departments will not buy Teslas? Because if they start chasing Elon Musk, their cars will quit running.
Of course, somebody has found out a way to road rage with Teslas to really piss them off. Don't brake check them. Slow down. And drift almost to a stop. The car behind the Tesla will slow down. And you take off real fast, and the Tesla sits there for a minute, then pulls up.
Welcome back, Mac.
Welcome back, Mac. Yeah, And just after the show, I've got to start sending out invoices to my vendors. I was supposed to have done that today.
Oh,
I'll still have an hour and a half to do it.
How many vendor spots are still open?
$10? No. 8.
I don't know how many tables we'll need this year. We still haven't found anybody that we can get to cat sit during school term. And Lindsay's thinking she might not be able to go. I'm going, well, we better find somebody quick, because you got a house full of inventory for the table.
That was the girl that does goats on the go.
Yeah.
Joe stopped the video before they got to the place where they were chomping.
Hey, goats will clear everything.
You should see the before and afters.
I mean, up to the, up as high as they can reach, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it just looks like, wasteland. They eat it down to the dirt.
Or they don't eat the wood.
They will if they've already eaten everything else and you ain't moved them.
Well, okay, in their cases they don't, because they don't want them to get hurt or sick.
Hey, I've seen them leave pure devastation.
Yeah, that's why I'm not too keen on using it, because I've got a couple of, I got the peach tree in the backyard, and I'd like to keep it, and it's not very tall.
Yeah. That's y'all heard saying he's like a billy goat. Hell, I think they'd even need an old rusty car out in the field if they found one.
So will kudzu. My little brother had a small pickup truck at one time. After I bought the house, went out in the back, started clearing kudzu. I found one door. Rest of the truck was gone.
You don't think somebody might have just left the door when they stole it, do you?
But no, because he never reported it stolen. I know my brother, he'd have got the cops involved. He just parked it out back, let the kudzu eat it, and I found the remains. I used it as a sled to pull behind the lawnmower to haul big rocks around.
Well, that'll work.
It worked just fine. Didn't even scrape up the grass. It just slid right along the ground.
Oh, I have just ran out of gas.
No, you just encountered the what is it? The same thing that's in turkey or whatever. You just ate a big meal.
Tryptophan. Tryptophan. He's having a tryptophan log out.
Yeah, well, the grilled turkey may have had something to do with it.
I'm hoping I get sunshine tomorrow because I'd really like to get that cabinet made and get the stove hood mounted up underneath it, even though I can't wire it up yet. Lindsay would be glad to see some of the lumber going off of the porch. It's the only place I got to keep it where it won't bend or warp or rot away in the rain.
Sorry, I'm typing.
Yeah.
I just figured
You were doing it at such a nice rhythm. It was like,
let's put Joe Dog to sleep by typing.
and y'all fuss at me for falling asleep in the middle of a conversation.
I'm not sleeping. I'm typing.
I know.
Yeah.
hey, I can sleep doing it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna go there.
That's a new word.
You've never heard knackered?
You're knackered.
You don't speak British
Not
very well,
pronounced
do you?
that way.
That was the Minnesota British.
Oh, did you see, Dan? I tagged you in so you guys had the name of that book. The author I rated to last week, like High Tea, Low Down, or Low Down High Tea, I think, or something.
Yeah, I did see that.
I don't know. She was telling me, I was like, oh my gosh, I can just see Lindsay reading that book and just giggling.
Well, if you'll pardon the pun, I think it might be Lindsay's cup of tea after all. Yeah.
Oh, Dan, I may have an autograph you may want to be purchasing.
All right.
One of the top 10 most beautiful women in the 70s TV series.
Linda Carter?
No. That would have been mine. Erin Gray.
Ooh. Tempting.
Yeah.
I might have to mention that one to Ted.
And I told her, I said, I saw you in one of my most favorite moments, probably the most embarrassing moment for you, that I remember. She goes, "What?" I said, "The hair flip." She goes, "I never did the hair flip in Buck Rogers." I said, "Oh, really?" In the theatrical version? She said, "Oh, God, the bikini."
Oh, there's one of those shots in Silver Spoons.
Yeah, but in Buck Rogers. And told her what the autograph was for, so she gave me a second one.
Aw,
That's cool.
that's sweet.
Yeah, that saved me $60. But I did get Walter Koenig. Spoke to William Shatner for about 15 seconds.
Almost got arrested for exceeding your limit.
And no, oh, he almost, he literally threw a sideways conniption because somebody walked up from about 15 feet away and tried to take a picture of him sitting at the table. I mean, they said he jumped up, had security escort him away from the table, and tried to get him thrown out of the convention for taking a picture.
Should have invested better. Then you wouldn't be having this problem.
Didn't he make like $15 million off of the hotels.com or whatever the hell it was?
Evidently, that wasn't enough.
Shit. He made $125,000 in the first hour he was there.
Did you see, too, by the way, that there is, I did not know there was it's called Horror Fiesta here in Peoria in September.
Well, if you want to go. Tell you what I'll do. I'll send you a shirt.
Don't we have a meeting Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Shatner was on Priceline.com. And
Which now Kelly Coco does.
Interestingly enough, he instead of taking money for working there, they gave him a stock option, and when the stock went through the roof, apparently he made he made up like $100 million, 150, something like that. So
And still charges for autographs.
Hey,
Are any of his exes still alive he has to pay alimony to, or what?
well, it's not so much the exes, it's all the children he fathered.
Sorry.
Oh,
I believe the entire country of Ecuador or something like that.
And there are them green alien babies. He was sort of keen on those Orion slave girls.
Okay, here it is. In 1997, William Shatner became the spokesman for Priceline.com, agreeing to do the spots in exchange for stock in the company. Shatner allegedly sold the stock just before the burst of the dot-com bubble, making a $600 million profit. However, this number was disputed as an urban legend by CEO Jeffrey Boyd. And let me see. Yeah, that may have been hyperbole.
I like Max thing. Oof, Dalton alone takes me 5.5 hours. Why, you can't drive to Peoria?
not
Who the hell drives to Peoria?
What was that, John?
Who the hell drives to Peoria?
Apparently I do.
Might as well drive to Bakersfield.
Hey, Ted's not in Bakersfield, but he was in Peoria 25 years ago, and he's still
Hey,
here.
the only thing I know about Peoria is that it was used as a comedy reference in what was that darn video game? Crash, Crumble, and Stomp, or whatever it was. Rampage. That was the one. Rampage. It was used as a joke in Rampage.
Okay, but this is where Richard Pryor is from. Wyatt Earp was known as the Pimp of Peoria.
Yeah, that's a title he loved.
Among other places.
That's only another 3 hours from there, 2.5. You're fine. So, hey guys, I'm gonna cut out early because I just got the I'm really tired look from behind me.
Yeah. Well, all right. Before you go,
And it is, actually.
It is. There's only a couple minutes left anyways, but I'm going to cut out early. You guys have a good night, and I'll see a couple of you tomorrow night. I'll see a couple of you on Sunday.
yep.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good riddance. I mean, see you later.
Bye.
Love you too, Don.
I think she's seen the results of your IQ tests.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. The first matter of fact, the first board that you rampage through in the video game Rampage is in Peoria. So
I used to love that game.
me too, because you just got to smash every darn thing. They need to, then they made the movie with what's his name,
The Rock.
Yeah.
Well, now he's got a movie coming out that could be Oscar worthy. He's
Baloney?
playing the it's a biopic. The guy is a one of the first MMA champions. I mean, they did a great job on the makeup. I didn't even recognize it was him.
No offense, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the only Oscar he'll ever get is if he goes to the store and buys a whole package of Oscar Mayer bologna. So that's
No, this is pretty good. I mean, it has Emily Blunt in it and a couple other big names, but she was the big name I remembered. Those blue eyes just tear me up. What, Dan?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking of several blue-eyed women at the same time.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, MC, did you see who all our big guest is?
Besides you.
it's your last chance to put that on the screen, Joe, before the show ends. So might as well go ahead and hit it again.
Yeah, hit it again.
Hit it again.
This is our major actor named Stephen Manley. He played the teenage Spock on Star Trek III, The Search for Spock.
And
He's looking.
Oh, it jumped. Where the hell did it go? There it is. And we have another magician. Hopefully he's, in a good mood. Sean Ridgway from America's Got Talent and Penn and Teller Fool Us. He did a video set. Did 365 videos of magic tricks and released one each day of a different trick.
try to understand. He's a magic man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm glad Dan got that joke.
I did too.
Okay.
You put some
I knew
heart
you
in,
wouldn't
John.
ask, Joe.
John, you put some heart into that one. I can tell.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I am just beat. Oh, and I've run out of stuff to talk about.
Well, we've only got a minute and a half of show left, so let's see here. What's the update on Grillzilla?
Just waiting for warmer weather.
So we're still going to Outside Con?
Yeah, we're still going. I doubt I'm gonna drag it up there, but
Okay.
yeah.
Like I
still-
said, I got the trailer hitch thingy that goes
Yeah.
on the back of the truck. I just don't have a ball yet. So
Yeah, I've got the wrong size one on the trailer hitch that I was given, but I've got the replacement under the front seat. I just got to get out there with some pipe wrenches and swap them out.
Yeah.
Apparently my truck's supposed to be pretty good at towing, but I haven't tried it yet. So swear to it. I noticed a quarter ton of topsoil didn't seem to do much to the suspension. So
Where did you get your topsoil?
Ace.
Ace, okay. All right. I guess with that, we're going to say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Talk to y'all Saturday. Say bye.
Bye.
Oh, I forgot to have that. Now I can
Yes.
do it.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.